Welcome to the Mostly PodOutatNight. Mostly, I am Salem, joined by my co-host Graveyard.
Hello.
This is episode 178. Yes, that's 178 of our weekly All Things Horror podcast. Now, Wes Craven is known for some great franchises.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. These films, unfortunately, are not in those franchises. But they can't all be winners, I suppose. But let's take a look at Wes Craven's back catalog and see if we get a better understanding of what works and what does not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because these are from different time periods, I guess. And it's funny that there's success in between these films, but
Mm-hmm.
something has happened to these films to make the I don't know what what year did Scream come out?
96.
And he did the sequels and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What year? What was the last sequel that he did? Like 4?
Yeah. That was the last one he did.
What year was that?
2010 or 2011.
Right. So what happened? How did he make this My Soul to Take at the same time as Scream? And it's so different, bad. I mean, I know it's an easy word to say, but I'm like, what the fuck happened there?
That's a great question.
Whatever, we'll get there. So this week we're doing Deadly Friend from 1986, Red Eye from 2005, and My Soul to Take in 2010. I guess I will start out with Deadly Friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie just starts off as okay, there's a kid who's like a super genius, right? Going to college when he's supposed to be in high school type of genius kid. And he built his own 1986 AI robot.
Yeah.
So it can literally think on its own. And he says multiple times, he's doing it on his own. I don't know what he's doing. It's not dangerous at all. But anyway, so he makes friends. There's one kind of dopey kid from the neighborhood he makes friends with, and then he makes friends with his next door neighbor, who is the lovely Christy Swanson. And she is badly abused by her father. I guess mom's not around, but yeah, she's abused by her dad. So they kind of do adventurous things with this stupid robot named BB. And they try to they lose their ball in this old lady's house, and they go try to break into her house to get the ball, and bad things happen, and BB gets killed. They literally say it's murder, he was killed.
Yeah.
And then so he's all upset about that, but they're like, okay, well, we have to move on. So they try to move on, but Christy Swanson gets attacked by her dad, and literally thrown down the stairs and dies.
Yep.
or brain dead, right?
Correct.
So she goes to the hospital, she's brain dead. They're like, yeah, we're gonna keep her on the life support machines for 24 hours, but that's just formality, she's dead. And okay, so the kid gets the genius idea of, I'll take BB's old brain and I'll install it in her brain, and that's gonna let her live as a robot AI thing. I don't quite get the logic there, but that's what he does. He has this little caper with his dopey friend that he made to where they steal her body, but they unplugged her 5 minutes before he gets there, because he schedules it down to the wire.
And the dad was very anxious to...
Yeah, the dad was jumping the gun, just unplug it now. So they don't get to take her alive. They had a plan of hooking all her shit up to batteries and then bringing her somewhere else, but she's just dead. So they just take her body. And they take her body, and then he installs this chip in her dead body,
Mm-hmm.
and it like reanimates her. And at first she can't even do like basic shit, but she learns very quickly and becomes like a Frankenstein, essentially.
Yes.
So she becomes a Frankenstein, and he's like, trying to like teach her. Of course, he's not telling anybody about this. And he's trying to like, teach her to be normal again. And then when she does finally start to grasp some of her old life, she remembers how evil her dad was, and she goes and then murders her dad and throws him in the furnace.
The coal furnace at that.
Right, right. So then he's like, no, you can't like murder people. So he tries to like, teach her again, and she remembers again, and she goes and kills the old lady that killed BB, because I guess she's part BB and she wants vengeance.
Yes.
And it's the best scene of the whole film. Is that
it's
scene?
The infamous scene? Yes.
Yeah, she throws a basketball at Mama Fratelli's head, and it explodes like a clay pot that's got like a fucking stick of dynamite in it. It is amazing. But that's the only like interesting part. The only fun part of this movie, I would say. So after that happens, then the cops are all like looking for her, and then she's like trying to hunt down like, the 1980s high school bullies that are bullying Boy Genius.
Yep.
And she tries to like murder them, or she does murder the head guy, and then but the police are like chasing her, and then at the end, they finally like track her down, and then they like have to shoot her and kill her to like put her down.
Yep.
And that's it.
Fiend.
Yeah, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had no idea this had like robots in it. I thought it was just like a supernatural thing. I had no idea that Christy Swanson was in it either, which is nice. I like her a lot. I guess she's in a lot more than I thought she was in, but like the things that she was in before, I really liked. Like, the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Chase is a movie that I always liked.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing a very young Christy Swanson in this movie. But
yeah, it's impressive to be playing a sophomore in high school at 19 and then playing a senior in high school 7 years later.
Well, when you're an attractive lady, you can get away with that kind of stuff. But I mean, okay, like Nightmare on Elm Street came out what, 84?
Yeah.
So what the fuck happened between 84 and 86?
And then 2 years later, I believe, was the Serpent, right?
Right.
Yeah, and which was great.
Right. I'm just like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, some Wes Craven movies are fantastic. I would say probably the majority of them are good. But some of them are just like, what the fuck were you doing? Like, what were you thinking? Like, this one plays off like kind of like an almost like Disney level Short Circuit sometimes. But then there's also like gore and like real like death, which it's odd. It's a very odd combo. It doesn't quite feel right.
What I think it comes down to is whether he writes it or not. He didn't write this.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but like it's objectively like acted and directed badly.
Yes.
So it's like everything's bad. Maybe he just phoned it in. I don't know. Maybe he didn't really care. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this feels out of place to me between, some great movies, and then this one somehow snuck in there.
If it makes you feel any better, the year before was The Hills of Eyes Part 2 that he wrote and directed. We had the awesome flashbacks.
That was, but that movie was as dumb as it was entertaining. This one is like, it's mostly just boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I knew this movie. I knew a lot of it, but I had completely forgot that it was Christy Swanson.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I was like, holy shit, that's Christy Swanson, and that stupid fucking robot dude.
Yep.
Holy Christ. Well, I mean, I guess we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Do you go first? You want me to go first?
Hey, sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
The pixel vision was pretty cool for a 1986 effect. That was pretty interesting. You know, when they showed like what the robot vision looks like. Um, that was pretty cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Christy Swanson, of course.
Yep.
Mama Fratelli, of
Mm-hmm.
course. There was a Pat Benatar poster.
That there was.
That was pretty cool. I did like how it's kind of like a retelling of Frankenstein, essentially. I mean,
A modern area.
yeah, like a modern Frankenstein with a little more murder in it, but
Right.
a modern retelling of like the Hammer version of Frankenstein.
There you go.
Not like not the book.
Correct.
Again, the ball head explosion
Mm-hmm.
is hilariously bad. It reminds me of the head explosion in Dawn of the Dead. It's like the same level of ridiculous.
It's on the same level as like the Toxic Avenger, where they roll over their guy's head. It's just clearly a pumpkin.
Right. Yeah, it's just like so ridiculous and out of place that it literally made me laugh out loud. Like it was that funny.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That was like the only thing for me. And I did like the ending where it was like, she was like turning into like a cyborg or whatever, like a murder borg, which was interesting. I mean, obviously it was like a dream, but whatever.
Right.
It still was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. The gore when it was there was good.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that he's so smart that he's learning about the human mind and creating his own AI.
That's a good thing.
I'm just saying, like, that's like, I don't think AI was that huge of a topic at this point in time.
Well, I mean, Cyberpunk was built around AI, and the first the first official Cyberpunk book came out in '84, so it was around.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely a different take for Wes Craven. I think he doesn't typically deal with like
he went from dreams to
I know,
to robot.
I clearly want that van.
You want the van with with the wheelchair ramp?
Yeah, that is awesome, and of course Christy Swanson. That's really all I got of my low points. My God, BB sounds like Gizmo or Gremlin from Gremlins.
Dude, I seriously, I was like, is this fucking thing speaking Furbish? Like, it sounds like fucking Furbish. I don't know if they
BB.
Yeah, it was like BB, but it was like if you've ever heard a Furby just ramble on, that's what it fucking sounds like. That high pitched, super annoying, fucking wacky noise, and then every once in a while it goes into like the fucking robot from Buck Rogers. It's like it would go back and forth.
Yeah, it was annoying. I was glad when BB died because I didn't have to hear anymore.
Thank Christ.
Now, what doesn't make any sense to me is yes, I know you talk about the pixelated stuff for BB, but we see her point of view, and she also has the pixelated vision that BB had, which she wouldn't.
No, she is BB.
But I'm saying her eyes would still be normal vision.
Yeah, that was the when they showed it later on where it was going back and forth. That was like her real brain fighting against the BB brain.
It's still weird though. It's also
it's not weird if you're half robot, half man, and they're fighting for control.
But she makes zero noises after she is part BB.
Thankfully, yes.
I could, she could have talked herself, or maybe more like a robot. We didn't need BB's.
You want her to moan like Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Is that what you're into?
Yeah. Honestly, huge abuse by the dad to the point where she has like a nightmare about it.
Okay, now that's on my list now. I don't think you could watch this film and not think that dad was sexually assaulting her.
Correct.
Like that, it's not shown explicitly, but like he was. There's no way that he wasn't.
Well, considering he had a fucking lock on the outside of her door. Yeah.
Out the outside of her door. And he also like attacked her in her bed.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure that like, the sexual assault was happening there, which is messed up for this level of like goofy movie.
Correct.
like I said, it goes back and forth between like being like a weird Disney short circuit and then being like a horror movie. It goes back and forth.
Yeah. And the dad, like I said, the dad's like, and like I said, the guy's mom's like clearly knows what the hell's going on there.
Yeah.
And like does nothing.
Well, this is also 1986.
Yeah.
1986, people didn't get involved with other people's stuff. This is, you could still go to the park by yourself as a child and no one cared.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that, BB's clearly a powerful robot, and he goes, he can crack that lock. He can just pull the gate down.
Yeah, like, okay, why don't you bring a hammer? Like, it's a combination lock. Like, just hit it once with a hammer, it'll open.
Yeah.
Or jump the fence, like your kids. Jump the fence. It's just a cyclone fence.
Yep. Yeah. There's just, it went into just, I don't. Did you ever watch? And I'm the only one that ever has seen this. Seems like is Not Quite Human.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, it's this movie.
Well, right. Yeah, this is like the horror version of that. Yes.
Right. You know what I mean? It's bizarre, and I'd say the music as a whole, especially the end music of this movie, is just awful.
Correct.
Absolutely awful, and of course, Cold Furnaces in 1986. That would suck.
Well, it's just, I don't know if it's coal, but it's like an actual like fire furnace.
Yeah. Oh, he buried the dad in coal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what he was shoveling back over it, which he didn't do. For being a genius, he didn't really hide the body very well.
Well, that's what they call thin intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
You're really smart in one thing, but that's the only thing you're smart in.
Well,
you think you know about everything else, but you don't know shit except for the one thing that you know.
Well, and it's really weird. He's created AI, but he's like going to school for like, brain surgery.
Right.
Like, you created AI in the 80s. Like, you'd be filthy rich.
Yeah, but like computer stuff wasn't as big as brain surgeon stuff.
I guess maybe he created Brundlefly's computer that he was able to talk to in the 80s.
Yeah, it's magic computer.
Yeah. That's what I have. How about you?
Well, again, I already talked about the stupid robot voice, the Furbish bullshit, the 86 AI we already talked about. Christie's dad and the essay we already talked about. I mean, like, how you can just like do amateur brain surgery, like, you know what I mean? Just like, oh yeah, we'll just inject my thing that I've never done before and have no idea what this is going to do. Yeah, let's just do it.
Yep.
Like, me and like my dopey friend down the street are gonna perform complex brain surgery.
Yes.
But yeah, the credits music was outrageously bad. Like the stuff at the very end was like, baby.
Yeah.
Baby. Like, okay, fucking stop. Mm-hmm. I had to shut it. I usually let the credits go. No. And I usually like look at my notes while they're going. I couldn't even do it. I'm like, no. Please turn off. That's all I got.
All right. So what are our olives this week?
Our olives this week are people thrown down the stairs, because all of these movies have people being thrown down the stairs. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's Wes Craven's thing. I don't know, but he loves throwing people down the stairs.
I mean, maybe this is just prepping for the people under the stairs.
I don't know.
And what they hear is people are being thrown down those stairs.
Yeah, I guess. But that happens a lot in these movies. So,
you want me to go first?
Hey, sure, why not?
Yeah, this movie's not good. I will give this 4 people threw down the stairs out of 10. It's and that basketball scene is on people's list as like a great scene in an otherwise horrible movie.
Well, it's not even a great scene. It's just funny. It's just a ridiculously funny scene in the middle of like, and it's played to be like a horror scene. Mm-hmm. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. How about you? How many people threw down the stairs do you give it?
If Christy Swanson wasn't in it, it would get less, but I'll give it a 3.
A 3.
3 people thrown down the stairs.
That's fair.
All right, so moving on.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Eye 2005. Take it away.
Yes. Not a whole lot happens in this movie.
No, it very much centers around two characters, and again, if the chemistry between those two characters wasn't good, like that, this movie goes way down way fast.
Yeah. Luckily, I'll say it right now, casting was great for this movie.
Correct. It was. It really was.
But essentially, we meet Rachel McAdams, who's kind of like the manager at a fancy hotel. She's visiting her grandma that just had died, so the funeral. Her dad's Brian Cox, who has like a whole 40 minutes of screen time, if that. And
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
yeah, and so she's going back, and she's her hotel person's like night manager, I guess, because she's there for who knows how long. Overnight.
She's just the manager. Period. She never leaves.
Yeah. She's like, hey, we have to all do this stuff. There's people being assholes. She's like, that's great. Her flight gets delayed because of weather from Texas going to Florida, which is impressive. So a whole bunch of people are away on the plane, and so she meets the lovely Cillian Murphy at the bar. He's kind of scope her out and say, hey, I'm good at guessing things about people. Just be very, very charming, right? Eventually, they have a drink and they go. The plane is ready to go. Where they take the red eye, and lo and behold, her assigned seat happens to be next to Cillian, and they kind of just talk a little bit, hit it off a little bit. All of a sudden, he goes, yeah. By the way, I kind of like, I'm here for you. I've been scoping you out for 8 weeks. Just kind of had a guess what your favorite drink was, blah, blah. And by the way, there's a guy outside your dad's house that we're going to kill if you don't cooperate. You have to get this, the Department of Homeland Security, essentially.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's the director of Homeland Security.
Yeah, because like you have to get him to switch rooms because we want to get rid of him, or people want to get rid of him. That's kind of my job. We have your dad. You can call him. Here's the proof. I have his wallet, blah, blah, blah. And so she has to call the hotel when it's possible and get him to switch to rooms. That's going to be more convenient. She tries to make multiple attempts to kind of persuade people to pay attention. She goes in the bathroom. She kind of starts to write a note on the mirror. And then, Cillian's like, yeah, no. And so he goes in the bathroom with her, and people are like, oh, that's how the flight's going to be, huh? Hooking up in the bathroom. And it's like, yeah, you should really stop doing that. All while this is kind of going on, she goes back and just learns, like, yeah, we've been watching you. This is what we're going to do. As soon as we land, or as soon as we're able to make a phone call on the prepaid credit card swiped phones in the plane, you're going to call and switch rooms. So she does, and has a guy switch rooms, even though they're like, hey, there's a boat out there. He could be fishing. Yeah, go check it out. Coast Guard goes out. Everything kind of seems fine. Lo and behold, after everyone leaves, they pull out a crate that we saw covered in ice and seafood at the beginning. And, she's kind of going through all this other stuff. But eventually, she goes back and realizes that she stole a pin from this guy that has no other purpose being in the movie other than he has this pin. And as she's trying to go there, she stabs poor Cillian Murphy in the neck. And as the plane kind of landing, she calls, like, you got to get the guy out of there. Meanwhile, the people pull out a rocket launcher and try to blow up the entire room from a great distance to kill the guy and all his family. But they manage to escape. She kind of steals a car as Cillian's bleeding out, and to go save her dad from the guy. She hits the guy that's kind of parked outside the house. Cillian catches up after he, gets the knife out of his neck and puts a scarf around it and goes there, and they kind of have a little fight. He's like, yeah, this is not going to end well. She's like, well, you lost. I didn't kill your dad because I wanted him to watch. Blah, blah. And eventually the guy that was there to kill the dad, he had a silenced gun, because every gun is silenced in movies, despite it not being, that quiet to pew pew. They're still kind of loud.
Well, yeah, but less loud than
correct.
Neighbors aren't going to call the police.
Correct. But eventually they get the upper hand, shoot Cillian Murphy. She goes back to the hotel. The asshole customer's like, yeah, you guys suck. I'm not firing this woman. She did her job. End of movie. Not a whole lot missed there, I don't think.
No, again, most of the movie, I mean, like 2/3 of the movie is just them on the plane. and them
Correct.
like before they get to the plane, and then on a plane. And like I said, it's really only two major characters. So, and they're constantly talking to each other like through the whole film. So,
Yeah.
if those two characters weren't like, if they had no chemistry, like this
Mhm.
movie is bombed, right? It's gone. Like
Yeah.
there's no way it's going to recover. And like I said, luckily, two, actors that are great. They have
Yep.
great chemistry. They play off each other really well, and it the first 2/3 of the movie is great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's also like a side subplot that a couple years ago she had a knife thrown, to her throat, and she's like, "I'm never going to let this happen again," and then she stabs him in the throat. We have the subplot of an 11-year-old girl flying by herself so she can trip Cillian Murphy with her bag.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things that are there only for like one scene later on because we are only in the plane.
Correct.
So, yeah, but there's a lot of like things that have to fall into place for the certain events to occur. So yeah,
I'm not sure him tripping was that crucial to the movie, but it's there.
no, again, we're letting us know that they're not the only two people on the plane. Is all to do it.
And I will say, I was, talking about not flying first class. The way they shot the thing, it made it seem like that director was also on that plane, and he wasn't. He was on a separate plane. But, I feel like I've watched this before, but I don't remember much of it. Was this your first time watching it?
No, I've seen it before.
Okay.
This was whatever. Sometimes when you go into like Netflix, they have like an old movie that they're like advertising on the very front page.
Yeah.
But it was one of those days I was just looking for something to watch, and I went in there. And I was like, oh, it's Cillian Murphy, directed by Wes Craven. Really?
Mhm.
So I just turned it on and watched it. Yeah, and I wasn't upset. I mean, it's okay. It's not great.
It doesn't feel like a Wes Craven movie.
No,
I don't think.
No, there is somebody thrown down the stairs, but
yeah. Once again, I think he just directed it. Yeah, he just directed. He didn't write it. But it came out the same year as Cursed, which I enjoy. I'll go first with my highlights. As we said before, the cast is great. They carried the movie. And is that their acting and their chemistry was well. Cillian was very charming as his character, and to turn the dime, you can just see the intensity into it, right? And I think he was able to flip the switch really well.
Yeah, that's the cool thing is like his charm doesn't go away,
right?
Like, yeah, he changes to where like he's no longer trying to make you feel comfortable, but his charm is still there the whole time. That's the dangerous part.
Yeah, like I said, Rachel McAdams kills it as well. Sure, her acting is she's just never really like that damsel in distress. She was holding her own and doing what she could. So I like it. But plot wise, I don't know if we really got too much backstory of Cillian Murphy, other than this is kind of what he does. He's still kind of an enigma, I think. Other than he's getting paid to like get rid of this guy for reasons other than people want him dead.
Well, again, yeah, it's like if you're like a paid like fixer like he is, like you don't really need a backstory.
Yeah, well, I just think that makes him just even more intimidating in a way, right?
Yeah,
and amazing that he's able to charm his way through everything. That's what I have. How about you?
Yeah. So yeah, again, it was like it's funny. The whole movie starts at like the first, I don't know what third of the movie. Like it could be mistaken for a romantic comedy.
Correct.
Like it's like these like meet cute is essentially what I would describe like the first third of it, and then like the middle third is like it turns right, and it's interesting because it's good both ways. You know what I mean? Like the meet cute in the beginning is like, oh, it's it's fun and it's cute, but there's kind of like this sense of dread. Like you can tell that Cillian Murphy's up to something,
right?
But you can't really like put your finger on it, right? And that's, I think it does that really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Cillian Murphy is great. I think I said I think he plays like a sociopath really well. You know what I mean? Like he can twist stuff, twist, manipulate people and emotions the way that he wants them, and he doesn't really feel any remorse about being bad, about doing things that only affects him and doesn't give a shit what it does to the other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think he plays that off pretty well. Um, but yeah, I mean, the other people, like we said, Brian Cox, Michael McAdams, I mean, everybody does a great job in this. I mean, really, it's only the two of them. It's really just
Right.
Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams. I mean, 90% of the movie is on their shoulders, and they managed to pull it off pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, the comment card thing at the end after she calls him an asshole, that was fun.
Yeah.
Like, fill out a comment card and shove it up your butt.
Yep.
It's goofy. That's it for my high points. Low points. They show the pictures of her, like in front of the dad's wallet when they show the wallet being stolen in the very, very beginning. Those pictures, there's like a picture of her playing lacrosse. There's like a picture of her being in graduation. That is like terrible Photoshop. You can see like it's just her face cut out from something else and just pasted onto this picture. It is horrible looking Photoshop. But I guess it's 2005. You can't expect too much. There's like a lot of asshole customers in this movie.
Yeah.
Just a lot. There's a lot, like all over the place, like in the airport, in the hotel, like there's just kind of like a never ending stream of them. So that's kind of like the counterpoint of this film is like customers are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like the last third, like I said, the first and second third of the movie are really done well. Interesting. But the final third just kind of devolves into like a generic kind of chase scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're, again, like the typical horror movie chase scene. And it really feels like the first 2/3 were like leading up to something more interesting.
Yeah.
And then it really just kind of like, farts out, and that's it. But that's all I got.
All right. For me, yeah, it's. I know people do it, but I would just never. I would never want to send my 11-year-old on a plane by themselves. It just. I
What if
understand
you
something.
like your grandparents lived in Florida?
I don't know. I've seen the visit.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like you can't go every time.
I know. It's just it's so weird that sometimes I understand that happens, but I don't know. I've never stood the appeal of the Mile High Club.
No,
Those bathrooms
I am
are
terrified of planes. So like I can get on them and fly, but I'm like a nervous wreck the entire time. I can't see me getting in that mode.
no,
Being able to change gears into that mode, I don't see that happening.
no.
I mean, maybe if I had a very persuasive woman that was like trying to get my mind off of it, maybe. But like, I don't think I could like put myself in that gear. I just don't think it would happen.
Yeah. And this is all. I'd say this entire operation is very covert, right? Except for a rocket launcher.
Well, sometimes you got to make sure,
I guess, and that was a very precise rocket launcher.
Well, and they only had one rocket.
Yes.
Like, what if that rocket did? I mean, it was underwater.
Yeah.
What if it didn't work?
Yeah.
Maybe they had a plan B. I don't know. Obviously, we didn't see if they did or not. But
I was expecting like a sniper. Sure, that's easy. But then like the asshole couple is below him. I got some plaster in my head. That's all that happened from a rocket launcher into a room. And like they were pretty far away too. I'm like, I don't think rocket launchers are that precise.
It can be. I mean, they got like rocket launchers that are made for like surface to air missiles. Like that's what they're for.
Yeah.
Like the thing that they were shooting with is it's a lock on system for like shooting planes down. So like it would be very easy to hit a stationary target with it.
Yeah, but they fired it, and then those guys exit the movie.
Yep.
Like what? So we didn't see any aftermath of that. Like that's surprising.
Well, you don't need to. That's not the point.
I guess he said they had no backup plan. It was dumb. And I understand. Brian Cox is a great actor. I feel like this movie wasted him.
It really did. I mean, because he's just in there to like answer the phone a couple of times.
Yeah.
And she kept saying like, "Oh yeah, he used to work, but he's recently retired," and they like never say what he did.
Correct.
And first time I saw this, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be like a fucking like special forces, soldier or something, like an officer that just retired, and he's gonna like, do like a Taken, where like she's gonna get kidnapped and he's gonna like go rescue her." That's what I thought because it's Brian Cox.
Right.
I was like, he's gonna be a big part of this movie, and then he just wasn't. And I was like, oh,
Yep.
so it kind of like the first time I watched it, what I was expecting is not what happened. But
Yeah. I said it's a waste of a Brian Cox.
for sure, yes.
That's what I have. That's all right. You did yours.
Yes.
So, you can go first. How many people throw down the stairs?
Yeah, Red Eye 2005. Do I want to watch it again? No, I've watched it twice in the last year. I don't want to watch it anymore. I mean, it's not bad. 5.75 people throw down the stairs.
Yeah, it's not bad. I remember when this came out that it's just like the now wife's like, I don't want to see Cillian Murphy play a bad guy, and she just seems like it just for a reason like she didn't watch it then. It's not a bad movie. Do I need to watch it again? No, I agree with you there. I will give it 6 people thrown the stairs. Like I said, it's the cast really supports this movie to no end, which is rare because the story is lacking.
Right, and that's like if it wasn't those two actors, it would be a terrible movie.
Yeah,
like again, the chemistry has to be great, and it was. But if it wasn't, it would be a horrible movie for sure. Speaking of horrible movies, we're moving on to My Soul to Take from 2010. Now, at the top of the show here, I was trying to understand what happened because this movie is obviously like way lower budget than he was used to using.
Yeah,
I can only assume.
Yeah,
because like again, he just had a big Scream release like right around the time that this film came out, and this film is like, I don't know, it like didn't have any major company names on it. It was kind of like an indie kind of thing. I mean, I don't know if he tried to do it like by himself or something. I don't know what happened. I just know it's not good.
Correct.
Okay, so anyway, so the story of this movie is the very, very beginning, we get a guy who's like watching TV with his pregnant wife, and they're talking about this like Ripper guy who's been murdering people, right? So he's using this knife that has vengeance carved in it, which you can enhance the CCTV and see this perfect image of a knife. Now, and
CCTV does not work that way.
I obviously, yes. And so they're like, oh yeah, this guy's been murdering people with this knife, who's next? And so then he's like working in his garage and he looks under like the tool shed and he finds the knife.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then all of a sudden he starts like talking to himself, and I guess finds out that like the Ripper killer is like him, but he's like split personality with his normal like married guy life, and then his Ripper life are like two different sides of him. And then he like he's going, I gotta call my doctor, because like my psychologist, I gotta like do stuff. And he's like, you call your doctor and then I kill your wife.
Yep.
And so then he like blacks out and wakes up with his doctor. He's like, oh, sorry, I missed your call. What's going on? And he's like, oh, I'm split personality thing. I need help. And then he finds that his wife was murdered. Like her blood and guts are all over the bed.
Yep.
And then the police get there immediately.
Yes.
With the doctor guy who was just on the phone, somehow teleports to his home. And they go in and he's like going after his daughter. Like he's got a little daughter. I don't know.
3,
4, whatever. Yeah. A child.
Well, because spoiler, she's 19.
Right. So it goes after her and they shoot him and kill him. Right. Oh, hey, we got the Ripper. Surprise, he's not dead. okay, they repeat the surprise he's not dead shit like 5 times.
And then they give him adrenaline.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah, like they do it over and over and over again. And so within like a 5-minute time span, he like literally dies and does the horror movie villain coming back to life and killing again. Like
Multiple
he does
times.
it like 5 times.
Yep.
It's anyway. So then the ambulance that was like still carrying his somehow still alive body after getting shot like 12 times.
Yep.
They're driving to the hospital. He wakes up again and then causes a big crash. And then, his body's gone. We can't find it.
Yep.
And so everybody somehow survives, except for the wife, of course. And then we're teleported 16 years into the future. And there's now 7 kids who all share the birthday of the day after the Ripper was killed.
Right, because they when they went to the hospital with the baby as premature, like, and there's 7 more premature births at the same time.
Well, we don't know that yet. You're giving away spoilers.
They said that while at the hospital.
No.
Oh, okay.
They don't talk about the baby part until the very end.
Oh.
When he's talking to his sister and she gives him the hobby horse, that's when we find out who he is and that the baby didn't die.
Mm.
So for 2/3 of the film, we are under the impression that I guess we're the cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah.
But the kid is one of the kids, the kind of I guess protagonist of the movie, is the baby that with the pregnant wife that died. The wife died, but the baby survived.
Yeah.
And that baby was born on that day, and then there's somehow 6 other kids were born on that same day. Now, these 7 kids together are called like whatever, like the Rivington Seveners, whatever their town name is.
Yep.
And they're like, every year we have to like do this vigil thing to like prevent the Ripper from coming back.
Like burn his effigy, essentially.
Right. Yeah. So this is like our thing, and they try to do it, and then the cops come and break it up so they don't actually complete their thing. And then one of the kids gets murdered on the way home.
Yeah, because
going over the haunted bridge.
Because that's where the ambulance supposedly happened, therefore he haunts the bridge.
Right. I don't know. It's a lot of information we're not getting, and we never get.
Correct.
There's a lot of information we do not get in this movie. So yeah, they gets killed, and we're kind of introduced to like, it's weird because they show everybody together in that first scene, right?
Like they're friends.
And then like the next scene, they're like enemies. It's very, like I said, the tone of this movie is very weird. It goes all over the place. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what the fuck Wes Craven was doing. If he like phoned it in or if he was fucking drunk the whole time, I don't know. But I know that like, how do you go from doing well and doing good to this?
Yeah,
it's a fucking mess.
Yep.
Anyway, so we're moving on. So we got so one of the kids is already dead. Later on, there's like one of the other girls who's like really into Jesus gets killed. And then the bully guy and the girl that the protagonist guy has a crush on, they both get killed like at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And that all happens pretty quickly. So we're down 4 right away.
Yeah, and the blind guy disappears for most of the movie.
Right. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm one of the 7 and I'm blind." Like they don't tell you he's blind.
Nope.
Like you just find out later he's like he had a big cane and he was like slapping it against some lockers. I'm like, is he blind? In the next scene they do explain that he's blind, but they don't tell you that at first. And you're like, "Oh, I guess he's just blind."
Yep. I think they just made him blind randomly in the movie.
Yeah, it's odd, but yeah, then he literally like leaves the movie and doesn't come back until way later, and then like the events that happen to him later are off screen, which is very weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, this whole thing is weird. So it's like the protagonist and like his best friend are like the 2 of the 7 that are left. The blind kid is there, but again, he mostly leaves the movie.
And they play this stunt with like a condor where he pukes and shits over the bully.
Right. Yeah, and that's the bully's like chasing him, and that's how he
Yeah.
ends up in the woods. And again, blah blah blah. That's how he gets caught by the Ripper guy. That's how the girl gets caught by the Ripper because he was like chasing her through the woods to like try to assault her or something.
He needed to get blown after
Yeah.
being all sweaty.
Right. Yeah. So like the Jesus girl was like counseling the principal's daughter who got pregnant by the bully guy.
Right.
Whatever. There's all these like connections that you think you're going to go somewhere and they go nowhere.
Correct.
They literally just dead ends. They're like nobody follows up on anything. Like the guy who plays the principal is like a pretty big actor.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him in a lot of shit, right? He's in like one scene.
Yep.
And it's like and they make a point of mentioning, oh, your daughter's pregnant by this bully guy in that scene, and then poof, gone. That entire plot line, all those characters gone, never mentioned again.
Well, because it seems like the main guy, Bug, after they die, like he's able to like take on their personality and know this information.
Right. He's like sharing brains with them.
Which is never explained or really does anything.
No. There's like a weird scene where him and his best friend like are literally doing the same things at the same time. Like,
yep.
And then he stops and he's like, what was that? He's like, nothing. And that's it. And they just move on like nothing happened. It's so bizarre.
Yep.
Anyway, so there's like this girl who's like the mean girl at school, and she runs like the mean girl mafia, right?
Fang.
I mean, like it's a heavy organization, like it's a mafia thing. Like, and she's just a bully. So she's like running the bullying organization of this high school like it's the mafia. It's very strange.
And determines who gets punched and who gets homework and
who gets punched and how hard they get punched. It's very weird.
Yeah.
And anyway, we don't get explained who this girl is at all, other than being the mean like queen of the school. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he's at home like talking to his mom like about this Condor thing and why he got kicked out of school. And then that girl is just there. And it's never explained. Like, I'm like, why the fuck is the bully girl in his house? Oh, it's his sister.
Yep.
Why the fuck didn't you mention that earlier in the movie? Like, this is vital information. How come we're just finding out about it now? Anyway, so she is there and she's acting like an ass like she does. And she's like, oh, it's your birthday. Here's a present. And she gives him a present of this hobby horse, right?
Yep.
Or like whatever, rocking horse, whatever you want to call it. And then he's like, oh, what's this? And she basically tells him the whole story of like, oh, you're the kid of the Ripper. Like, you know, your mom died. Like, this lady isn't your mom. She just raised you. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I'm your real sister, but like, she's not my mom. And he's like, what? Yeah, like he had no idea. Yep. And we in the audience obviously have no idea either. Right. Again, this was the point of the film where we find out that he was the baby that survived in the beginning.
Yeah,
and then she was the little girl that survived in the beginning. Right. We didn't know that up until this point.
Right, because they called her Fang instead of her name Leia.
Right.
Yep.
It's very, again.
Which, once again, it seems like they decided on the fly that was...
Right. It really feels like they're like just writing characters in and out of scenes and then just going with it. And they, oh, you forgot about this character. Oh, let's just, like I said, the blind kid, whatever. Yep. Anyway, so they're like, you know, kind of on edge, and then all of a sudden like he finds the vengeance knife in his sink, and then like his mom mysteriously gets killed. His not mom gets killed.
Well, his aunt essentially.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
it's not his mom. Yeah. But it was raised like his mom, so she gets killed. The cop shows up that killed the Ripper guy. He shows up and he's like, oh, you're the Ripper, you have the knife. And he's like, oh no, I'm not. And then he gets killed by the Ripper anyway. And then he gets chased around the house by the Ripper. The Ripper like is about to stab him with the vengeance knife, and then hears a noise upstairs and goes upstairs. And then enter in the blind kid again, who is now stabbed and hiding in the closet.
Yep.
For some reason.
As you're getting stabbed, bleeding out, you just stay silent in the closet.
Right. I'm like, okay, this guy was not part of the movie at all. Like I was up to this point, I'm like, oh, it's got to be the blind guy. Right? Because the guy goes to stab him and he's like, you're the last one left. And I'm like, okay, so it's definitely one of the 7.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is left at this point? And I'm like, you know, it's either the kid is having an episode where he's seeing this person as himself, or it's the best friend. And I was like, the best friend is too obvious. That's who they want you to think it is. Yeah. I was like, it's got to be the blind guy. That's the only one we don't recognize. And then so he's stabbed in the closet. I'm like, oh, he's just faking. Right? Yep. He's trying to trap him somehow. No, he just dies.
Yep.
Okay. And then the best friend just shows back up.
Yep.
oh hey, just comes back in the window, and you're like, okay, well it's obviously him, right? Or like, are they going to try to do this angle where it's like the kid himself and he doesn't realize he's doing? No, it's the best friend.
Yep.
It's like very generic, you know. You're able to predict it from the beginning, but it's like, oh, it's Wes Craven. Like I'm but I think something interesting is going to happen here. No, it doesn't. It's just a very generic thing. Anyway, so yeah, the best friend, I don't know, somehow is sharing a soul with the Ripper that came back to life. And then he tries to kill him, and then Bug kills him back.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm glad that guy's finally gone. Thanks." As he's
right,
dying.
right, and
Yep.
then that's it. Now that's the end of the movie. But here's why. Sorry, at the end he's like, "Oh, we're all happy now."
Well, he's like, "I expected to get arrested, but I was a hero.
Right.
You weren't the killer, so why would you be arrested?"
Like, yeah, exactly. There are many, many, many unanswered questions in this film. My questions are like half the page of my notes here. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
But yeah, there's many, many, many unanswered questions. I guess we'll just go into the high points, low points, because there's too much to go over.
Yep.
There. So I'll do my high points first.
Yeah.
There was a Franz Ferdinand song in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. There was a Band of Skulls song in this movie. Now, Band of Skulls is like, I thought I was like the only person who knew who they were. It was great to see one of their songs in something. That was fantastic. Again, the idea of like, you know, sharing a soul / sharing a personality with the killer is a good idea. It's not done well here at all. But I like the idea of it. It was fun.
Yep.
It was funny seeing Frank Grillo like in a weird, like kind of almost cameo role. I mean, yeah, he's in a couple of scenes and he plays the cop guy, but he's really not a big part of the movie. And he just dies uneventfully at the end.
It doesn't, to me, it didn't really look like Frank either.
No, at certain times it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it is definitely him, at least at some point. And like Michonne is in another thing besides The Walking Dead. I don't remember ever seeing her in anything before The Walking Dead. I mean, I've seen her in things since then, but
yeah,
before that. And I did like the end credits. I thought they were pretty cool. How they showed like all the storyboards of the movie. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, music, great. I agree with you there. The lore, at least the idea of the lore, pretty good. I like it. And I said killer intro because like they had more kills in that than like the Scream movies combined.
Well, the funny thing is, all of the quote unquote kills, they all survived.
Yeah.
The only one that stayed dead was the wife. Like everybody else looked like they were like Michonne got literally her throat slit open.
Yeah.
And she was fine.
Yeah.
Like Frank Grillo gets shot like multiple times and he's fine.
Doctor doesn't stay fine.
Well, sorry, one guy dies.
Yeah. Really, that's all I got. I'll roll in my low points. CGI baby hand through the stomach. We get she's pregnant. We don't need to see a baby hand. That's
I was like, I'm
CGI.
pretty sure you can't see a hand. Like I know you can see things moving. I've seen that, but like I don't think you can see like an individual hand or fingers.
Yeah. Obviously bullies, let alone your sister being a bully.
Well, we don't know it's his sister until after the whole bullying thing.
The kids, like after, like they're doing the Condor presentation, and like everyone's afraid of the guy in the suit, which makes zero sense. Like they're screaming in the back and away from it. Like that's okay, sure, movie.
This is movie high school.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing
the principal does not have the legal right to institute your child.
Yeah, no shit.
My wife works at the school system. I go, can they do that? She goes, no.
Yeah, it's not a decision that's left up to a teacher. The teacher can suggest it.
Right.
But like, no, that's not so. Like if he did something against the law, like they can be arrested.
Right.
But yeah, you can't make a mental judgment as a teacher or principal. No.
Yeah. Like, well, he stood up to the bullies. Like, yeah. Like they got their revenge in a way, right? Good for them.
Well, he did it. It was like a school project. Like, was it a school project done in bad taste? Sure. But it's not like he did anything that warrants him going to a mental hospital.
And I said, and as you said, the threads are just like the way teachers act like, well, he's done stuff like this before. He's done all these other things. Like, I could do this. Like, they're trying to like leave a breadcrumb to like maybe he has DID. No.
Right. Like, okay, there's the whole thing of like going, oh, well, you killed people in the past. I did.
Right.
Yeah. Gone, thread gone, never gets mentioned again. Like, oh, you were in and out of mental institutions your whole life. I was. Never mentioned again. Never shows you any evidence that he was. Yeah, exactly. And there's so many things that are mentioned and then brought up and then never mentioned again.
Yeah, that's the biggest underlying thing is this movie's all over the fucking place.
Right.
Period. It sucks. There's too much. Let's get into your questions because I have maybe some answers of what they were trying to do.
Oh, you want me to start? You sure?
Yeah, I went through my low points.
Well, one, I mean, yeah, CCTV enhance. Mm-hmm. No, you can't. That doesn't happen. That's like that only happens in Blade Runner. It doesn't happen in real life.
Correct.
We already talked about the stupid fake out deaths and the beginning of the movie. Like it happens like 5 times in 5 minutes. Again, there's just such the dialogue is so unnatural in this movie. Correct. And there's movies with bad writing and you're like, roll your eyes a few times, but most of the time it's at least passable. Like every scene is like, this is not believable in any way. Like these people they're not real people. They're just reading lines. This is terrible. The acting is horrible. I mean, again, like the high school bullying is run like a mafia organization. Like there's literally like, the one cute girl was supposedly like her, lawyer. I forget what is that. There's a term that they have for like their second in command lawyer person and whatever. But yeah, she's like, going over like, oh, here's our things for the day. Like, oh, this person did this person did that. She's like, oh, give them an 8, give them a 20. Like it somehow like punish them with bully punches. It's so bizarre. If I ever hear the term prayer conditioning again, I might punch whoever says it. Like I was just angry when I heard that. The CGI is horrible in this movie. The blood effects are like, I don't know. You could like fucking iMovie blood effects are better than this fucking thing. I don't know what they were thinking.
Oh, especially when the girl's like gutted and she's blood everywhere, then she was like clean.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like he was trying to like do callbacks to Scream. Mm-hmm. To try to get people to like go, oh yeah, this is the guy who did Scream. Like there was literally like the phone calls with like the guy with the evil voice on the other end. Like it was really like a scene from Scream.
Yeah.
I'm like, is he really like, did he run out of ideas already? Like he's going right back to this. But yeah, it was like the phone and the ghost face voice, like almost identical what's going on. Yeah. The mean girl just being his sister for like no reason at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, here's what I'm getting into the questions of like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
1, the knife has vengeance written on it. Mm-hmm. Vengeance for what?
Vengeance.
Right. I understand like it sounds like a mean word and like a spooky word, but like it means revenge. Yep. What are you getting revenge for? You're just murdering innocent people.
Correct.
So what significance does this have? Why is he using a knife with vengeance on it?
That's a great question.
Why does he have to use this particular knife all the time? Never explained. I mean, in Scream they use the same knife all the time, but that's just like a aesthetics thing.
I mean, maybe this personality was passed on to him, just like it was passed on to the friend.
I don't know. It's never explained. But again, why the 7? What do the other kids have in common? Like, yeah, they were all born in the same day, in the same hospital, assuming, like they never say that, but I'm assuming they were born in the same hospital. Like, yeah, there's lots of kids born in the same hospital on the same day all the fucking time. What does that have to do with connection to each other?
So it's, they talked about the condor eating that and taking the souls of the people with it. So the big, what people are trying to say for this movie is that each personality went into a different kit.
But there was only 2.
They're saying there's 7. Therefore,
There's 7 murderous personalities.
not necessarily, no, only one murderous. The rest, they said there's one side of him that was religious, went to a religious girl. There's one side that's creative, went into the artsy girl. There was the very confident guy. There was the serial killer. There was the shy guy. So they're saying that each personality had a separate soul inside of him. When he died, not even at that fucking hospital, that part of his soul went into each of the 7.
Okay,
kids.
like I get that that's a cool idea, but like that is not told in any way in the film.
No, it would have been a better plot point if that was the thing.
Well, you would have had to, like in the beginning of the movie, you would have had to have like the doctor explain that he has 7 personalities.
Correct.
Or you would have to have something explaining that he has, but nobody said he had multiple personalities. No. The only thing they ever said was that his dad had schizophrenia.
Right.
Right? Like schizophrenia is not multiple personalities.
Correct. That's hearing voices in your head, not voices of different
personalities. It's like schizophrenia is like you can disassociate and like, go into like fantasy worlds or believe things that aren't necessarily true.
Right.
But it doesn't give you more than one personality. You are always you.
Correct.
So how does schizophrenia mean you have 7 different personalities?
Well, movies always mess that up.
I'm just saying, like, there's nothing told to you in the beginning. Like, I got that's kind of what they were going with.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, how are you supposed to pull that away from the film as it's presented?
You're not.
No, there's nothing there.
It would have been a better plot point. And there's just, as they died, this is why the remaining people were able to, like, channel into this different parts of it. It'd be a much more cohesive movie if that was the case.
Right.
Like,
so,
when they died, that personality was then, went to the remaining people, like Jet Li's the one.
Right. Or like, again, in the beginning of the film, like explain that there's multiple personalities.
Yep.
But again, that wouldn't really work because you don't know what those personalities are, what they do. It would take way too long to explain it in the beginning. I think it would be better as if they were trying to like investigate who the Ripper was or what's going on. And then they find like his medical file. And then that's when they find the 7 different versions of him. And they go, hey, this sounds like me. Hey, this sounds like me.
Right.
I got it. That would like portray it, but it seems like that might have been the idea of why they wrote it, but they didn't explain that at all.
Correct.
In any way.
Let's just say that would have been a much better movie.
Right. Again, but as it's presented, you're like, okay, there's 7 kids that were born on the same day. Somehow they're connected.
Even though he didn't die at the hospital.
Right. And it would have really made a difference. They would have maybe just been 7 kids that were like, hey, we're all born on the same day. Let's be a part of this little club. That's fine. Yeah. But no, there was like the weird element of like them linking to each other and like knowing each other's thoughts and like seeing each other after they're dead. Because there's scenes where he sees the people dead and they give him like information. So they're like, quote unquote souls that are still floating around. And he can somehow communicate with them like as if he's somehow connected to them.
Right.
Again, like if you go with the whole thing, like, oh, they're different personalities from the same person, that therefore they have a connection, that would make sense.
Right.
As it's presented in the film, it's not like that. It just seems like the kid is like crazy and he's just seeing things that, I guess it kind of alludes to the fact that he's the one killing them.
Yeah.
Because he seems to know a lot about how they died and when they died, but he's the only one.
Yep.
So that's what it seems. It seems like he is killing them. Now, again, if it's like, is it really him or is it somebody taking over his body like it was with his dad? That's what I thought. And that would have been a better movie than what we were given. I mean, there's so many other things they could have done that would be a better film than what they did. Like this is like this sloppy shit sandwich that we were given. It's I don't know. It's bad in so many ways. I don't know. Again, there's just so many plot points that just get brought up and then just go away. Like they're never mentioned. Like I said, the pregnant, principal's daughter, right?
Yep.
Never brought up again. Like the whole like, oh, you killed people in your past. I did. Oh, never brought up again. Oh, you were in and out of mental institutions your whole life. I was. Never brought up again. You know, like, but again, like when she said, "Have I killed someone before?" the mom was like freaking out, like, "Don't you dare tell him."
Right.
Like there was something that happened, but no, it was just about the dad. But that's not the same thing. Why would
Correct.
you freak out about he murdered someone when you're talking about the dad?
Correct.
Again, it's everything is just presented wrong, and it's and again, like I understand. I think it was just like Wes Craven was trying to like make it more unpredictable than Scream. And I think he made it so convoluted that you literally can't understand what's happening.
Yeah, this is the last movie he wrote.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
because this movie is a fucking mess, and it seems like he like was upset that people like figured out who the killers were in his other movies, and he tried to purposely make it hard.
Yep.
And he just made it so confusing that it's impossible to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Any other tidbits you want to add?
No.
Questions I didn't ask?
No. You make valid points across the board. There's many different ways that they had the sprinkling of good ideas and good intentions in this movie that just like it's like there's like 4 different directors' cuts and they just took pieces from each one.
Right. Again, there's so many things that if you would have added a little bit, it would have made sense. It would have tied all these things together.
Yep.
And the way that it is now, it's just a whole shit ton of threads. Or what that like not
Insidious.
The Conjuring. The other one would Insidious. I was gonna say they both have Patrick Wilson in them. I get them confused. But yeah, like that, like the plot lines go all over the place.
Yep.
Just everywhere.
Yep.
And again, yeah, like that's how I feel. But this one I think is worse than the last Insidious, because the last Insidious it was just like 2 like big forgotten storylines. This one has like 20 of them.
Correct. They're all in different cuts. I really think that's the case.
Yeah. Again, this movie, I would love to see a director's cut of this movie because I would love to see that all this shit makes sense.
Yep. All right. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right. You want me to go first for number of people thrown down the stairs?
Hey, sure.
Yeah, 1.
Whoa.
How about you?
Yeah.
There's
so
no
many things
redeeming
make
qualities.
me angry about this movie, and there's no like good points. I mean, like a couple of good music songs. That's it.
Yep.
Otherwise, this film has really nothing going for it. So yeah, I'm gonna say, 1. 1 is fine.
Yeah, I find myself like this movie is so bad. I found myself wandering and trying to like I had this really try hard to focus on this movie to see if I was gonna miss anything, and I didn't.
No, dude, like you could look away and miss entire plot lines and come back and it doesn't matter because that plot line wasn't used.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen this before? Is this your first time seeing this?
This is my first time seeing this.
Okay, all right. So you were just as confused as I was.
Correct. And that's why I had to, and that's why after the movie I had to do the research going, what exactly is supposed to be happening here?
Yeah, I was just sitting here thinking like they must have like did I miss something? Because I was like it was hard for me to focus on this movie.
Yeah.
I was like maybe I missed something, but I was like I don't think I did.
Nope.
Because there's nothing like I got all the way to the end and like they didn't come back to half the shit I was like that maybe I missed something on. So yeah.
Like I said, it had been like I said, the ending would have made a lot more sense. It's like I expected to get arrested if like they found definitive proof that the Ripper possessed his body, and he actually was in the control of doing it, and that would make sense for the ending to have said what he said, right?
Right. Again, it would have been much more interesting of a movie if it was him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, the way that it ended up with the best friend, like it doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Because like when they showed the Ripper, he was like a big dude.
And his friend was quite short.
And his friend was like, 5'3" and like, like maybe 90 pounds. Like he's a tiny dude.
A wiry guy, yeah.
Right. And this Ripper was like, he was like growling like a bear.
Yep.
And he was like at least a foot taller than everybody. Like he was a big giant guy. And he's like, oh, I was wearing a costume. Yeah, costume doesn't make you gain 200 pounds.
All right. Or if it had been Frank Grillo.
Right. Something.
remorse or the soul went into Frank Grillo after the end, right?
Something they made. Again, it was like the weird scene is like, "Yo, touch my hand."
Yep.
And he's like, he shook his hand and nothing happened. I'm like, why did they like put the camera like we're supposed to see a spark or something?
Correct. It almost like it's almost like he watched crap. Denzel Washington, the Demon That Travels. Fallen. It felt like it's trying to go that route as well.
Right. And that's what I was in the very beginning. That's what I was doing. Like, oh, he's gonna give it to the cop. Oh no, okay. Maybe it's got to be in the family. Maybe he's gonna give it to his daughter. No, okay.
Yep. So
like,
I'm guessing
he just keeps coming back to life himself. I'm like, okay, maybe he just doesn't die.
Maybe that whoever personality that was the one that died. Each personality still had to die.
Oh, that's another question I have: is what happened to the guy?
Mm-hmm. His body was never found.
Right, but
if
his personality went into 7 people, that means he died that day.
Yep.
Where's his body?
Well, also, why would they go to a different hospital? I don't know. Why would his soul go to the hospital where he wasn't at?
Right.
I don't know.
Like it's not like the ambulance made it there anyway, because the ambulance stayed there.
Correct.
Like maybe they took the gurney back. The gurney had his soul on it.
Oh, they also injected him with adrenaline. Why? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like, oh, he looks like he's dead. Hit him with the EpiPen. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure it's like if you don't have a heartbeat, they're not gonna like do stuff to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, they might try the paddles, but
like I said, I'm guessing the Fallen plot was a different director's cut.
Yeah, again, like it really feels like one of those movies that like a director worked halfway on and then like got kicked out.
Yep. And
the other director like tried to make his own movie and then realized that, oh yeah, all this other shit was already filmed. Mm-hmm. We gotta edit it anyway. We'll just forget about those plot lines.
Yeah. Yeah. But we can rent.
It would have been better if Christy Swanson came out and killed people at the end.
With basketball? Hell yeah.
and her weird claw hands.
Yeah. Her lobster claws.
Yeah. Well, because I was like, she's doing the Vulcan thing with her hand. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? And I figured I was like, oh, she's doing BB hands.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anything else to add?
No.
All right. Take us home.
All right. So now that Wes Craven is done and we have watched almost all his movies, I know we still got one big franchise left. We'll get there soonish. We're moving on to what every modern generation loves. That's right. It's streaming services.
Ooh.
Films we're watching next week are all live stream formatted films because that would make the kids happy.
Yeah.
All these millennials and children love their live streamed,
AKA
trash.
Yeah. Live screen, aka the worst War of the Worlds movie ever made.
I thankfully have never watched it. I really think I should because I like to watch like really, really bad movies to like give me that 0 level. Mm-hmm. So like I really believe you truly enjoy things more if you have a really low 0 level. Like the worst of the worst. Mm-hmm. You can truly appreciate the best of the best.
Yeah.
If you purposely don't watch bad movies, I think you don't get as much of an experience.
Yep. All right. So what are our 3 movies then for next week?
So next week, what is it? The Host, Unfriended, and what's the other one? Fear.com.
Yeah. You've seen all of these, right? Or
I've seen The Host.
Yeah.
I think I saw Unfriended. Fear.com doesn't sound familiar.
That's the early 2000s. I love the movie.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one. That was again. That was a time period I was out. I was not watching horror at the time period, so like I probably didn't watch that. But I'm pretty sure I know I've seen The Host for a fact. I'm pretty sure I saw Unfriended. The other one I think is new
for me. All right, cool.
That's it. So remember, we watch bad movies, so you don't have to.
And this has been Graveyard saying heavy checked on the children.
This is Salem saying long live the